r/DeadBedrooms. No reference 2651 says. Married women who reject their husbands. What are some of the main reasons why you refuse to give your husband sex? Does Eternit 9384 says. I honestly did not understand what turning down sex does to a person until my husband turned me down once. I was crushed and panicked. Then, I read something about how men, this part of the book only talked about male shame over rejection, and I was shocked. So many times I said no, because I was on the fence or not in the mood. After being rejected and learning the impact, I decided I would not turn my husband down for sex, unless I had a damned good reason. That was almost 2 years ago. OMG. I wish I had tried this much earlier. Turns out, if you kick things off, the mood will show up, in my experience. Balderbrave 3344 says. Yep. A Rachel M will eventually give up asking, because the rejection kills. Or worse, mercy 6, having it just so you leave them alone. Detached and no passion. Then you get years of that till something or someone ends up broken. Surprise Correct says. Some of y'all refuse to brush your teeth, no matter how much we beg. No reference 2651 says. I'm a woman but this is funny, if grown adult man can't brush his teeth he definitely shouldn't expect sex. Apprehensive Roll 767 says. I used to have a higher libido than my husband. I loved sex with him. We had a baby 5 months ago, and it's come to a screeching halt. I'm chronically sleep deprived, and I'm not exaggerating. Being touched out is also a very real thing. I'm very sad. I miss my husband. I miss sex. I miss feeling desirable and looking attractive. I feel like a shell of the woman I used to be, and I don't know how to get back, nor do I have the energy. I never thought it would happen to me. Does Eternit 9384 says. Been there. Give yourself some grace. 5 months is nothing. Herborg Stalker says. Refuse to give your husband sex. This is what I hate, right here. I hate when sex is a transactional event. Note, this rant is not gender specific, instead of something both partners enjoy. Imagine having to pay someone to come to a sporting event with you. Wife wants you to go to walk on the beach with her? Pony up the dough. When your partner's happiness no longer matters to you, you may be married on paper, but are you really? r/DeadBedrooms. Smelly Fat Cat says. House to ourselves. And I'm alone in bed in my underwear and bra. Our toddler is napping at grandma's, so I decided to stop home. He got home from work before I did, and has already showered, and I'm almost positive he jerked off while in there. I can't recall the last time I was alone to masturbate, while he has many opportunities. I stripped down, and got into bed only for him to sit down next to me and eat a frick-ing sandwich I brought home. We never have the place to ourselves, never spend quality time together. I would settle for a cuddle right now, but has gone to the living room to watch TV or something, I don't know. Bladderunner says. Just wanted to comment and say I understand the disappointment. I've been there before too, where all the signs are there just to have my wife turn over and fall asleep. You're seen and understood here, and I'm glad you could vent and get that off your chest. Hella Thirst says. That's horrible. He ate a sandwich in bed. You have my sympathy. Smelly Fat Cat says. It's kind of funny actually, the whole sandwich in bed, but I'm too frustrated to want to laugh about it now. He even brought the glass Vinegar bottle thing. Thefinal Throwaway 22 says. Can you get yourself a waterproof vibrator or a special shower head? Take some time for yourself in the shower once in a while too. Trubilica says. You should openly tell him you'll get a lover. What else is there to do besides divorce? People need to be more selfish. It's one life we get. If he's decided he's no longer into you, fine. He has that right, but you also have the right to have sex. That's not something he should be allowed to take away from you. Sensitive Duty 1602 says. He stopped you from enjoying yourself on purpose. No Mix 9367 says. I feel your pain. Toddler goes away on Saturday night and nothing ever happens. So infuriating. Maximum Sandpit says. What kind of sandwich? Stairpump says. What kind of sandwich? Like a pan or a sandwich? Procafinator 556 says. Did y'all communicate and plan this at all? Ninja Hidingin Theapun says. Did you suggest anything? Hot Attitude 6555 says. I understand completely. Have grown absolutely tired of trying and begging for time together with my wife. Took the kid to church, get home and too busy watching TV. Got told this weekend, while just grabbing and getting a hug, that it's not her thing and pulled away. I'm to the point I just give up. r/DeadBedrooms. Throranos X with says. I love my boyfriend and always imagined my future with him, but the lack of sex makes me reconsider the relationship. We've been together for 2 years. We have a great relationship, a lot in common and we barely have any argument. But there's a big issue, my boyfriend's lack of interest in sex. We never had a lot of sex, even at the beginning of the relationship, it was average, I would say, twice a week during the first months. Even at that time, it wasn't much, but I was okay with it, because we were both really busy, and I was compensating with studies, work, and hobbies. But it progressively became more rare. Now, it happens only once, or twice a month. He admitted that he was never really interested in sex and he considered it more as a duty than anything else. I respect the way he is, and am not upset. I don't resent him for it. He has a lot of other qualities, but I must admit that it's really frustrating. I can't help but think about the future. I would love get married and have kids with him, but I know that I would end up in a sexless marriage. That scares me a lot. I also can't help but feel guilty for having these thoughts. I would feel bad for leaving him because of sex. So, I'm trying to convince myself that it's not a big deal, but the frustration is still here. He went to the doc to check his testosterone and health in general. Everything was fine. He often tells me that he's very happy with me, that I'm so sweet and that I'm the one. So, I can't help but feel guilty about it. Not sure what to do. Anyone had a similar experience or any advices? Would be appreciated. BTW, I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. I'm not completely fluent in English. Hopeful Potatoes says. A duty? I wouldn't blame you for leaving. Original Thundercut says. He admitted that he was never really interested in sex and he considered it more as a duty than anything else. Believe him really. He has given you the gift of upfront truth about his view on sex and his default set point regarding his need for sex. It seems you have the right perspective and being worried. The fact is that the two of you value sex and intimacy differently. He doesn't need what you need to feel close, special, desired, satisfied, etc. He also doesn't really understand why you need it. That is a chasm that is hard to bridge in a satisfying way for partners who are so fundamentally apart on a deeply personal issue. I can't help but think about the future. You absolutely should think about the future. This concern / reservation / fear about your future with him is your intuition trying to warn you. Listen to it. I would love get married and have kids with him, but I know that I would end up in a sexless marriage. You are right. You will end up in a sexless marriage with this person. You are setting up yourself to feel undesirable, to feel like your needs don't get met, to be lonely and trapped in a relationship That doesn't serve you well. Do not have children with this person. That scares me a lot. It should. It is a serious thing to commit yourself to a monogamous relationship with a person who doesn't want to have sex with you the way you want to have sex with them. It is crazy to sign up for that. Despite everything being great except for sex and the two of you being compatible in every other way, you are absolutely not compatible for a romantic relationship. Do yourself a favor and spend some time reading through the stories here. They are the roadmap to your future. You are special and unique. Your story is not. Either learn from our mistakes and save yourself now, or continue marching down this very well-worn path to misery. I also can't help but feel guilty for having these thoughts. I would feel bad for leaving him because of sex. The sexlessness in your relationship is going to hang over your life in one way or another for as long as you are together. It's okay to view sexual incompatibility in a monogamous romantic relationship as a deal breaker. It will hurt to break up now, but it's going to hurt so much more when you inevitably end up wanting out 5, 10, 15 years later. Don't waste your youth or your life being in this type of relationship. You can still be great friends with him. Please move on from this relationship. Erborg Stalker says, either commit to a dead bedroom or move on. All those here who are suffering in their dead bedroom will tell you to go while you still can. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.